for the most part, when you're trapped in the mind, for an example, let's say you're white or black. So this is how they was able to create slavery and make the black person think the white people is part of the government and make the white people think the black people is part of this immigration race bait concept that they got y'all in right now in this new updated version to people who's coming from different countries that they are allowing in. If the government don't want something to happen, it ain't gonna happen. When the government ain't want y'all six feet close to each other, trust me, they made up enough stuff to make y'all not do it. They say you could get fines, all kind of shit. Ain't nobody stopping no immigrants or none of that. This is something being allowed. So you got to understand, it's things being played on y'all. Y'all think it's something that the government can stop. It's something the government is doing, and the puppets is this expressing a character to see, so the government can sit back and see everybody react or respond. Y'all take y'all gold, and then they could put everybody in a box and suit how they're trying to steer society anyway, and suit something for all y'all, even when y'all think y'all being rebellious. And then if there's too much population with social security cards not a part of the business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics, that's too many hands open people and kids out of wedlock. So those would be the people that create depopulation control around. And sometimes they create scenarios where these people end up killing themselves, end up in jail, just justified for the things that led them to do what they're doing, that the government is crafting, that they're not doing themselves. For an example, the government are not porn stars themselves, but they create porn, and anybody who's trying to go hard in that energy, that's something they crafted that can suck all the who they're calling demons into their world, and then create psyops for these people to kill themselves, like STD or other shit, or relationship where one person emotions, and then it becomes a crime out of what they call that when it's a crime out of emotion. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So when you're doing things like that, right, the government not doing it themselves, yet these are the things they allow. And you will see a religious person be like, why the Jews or something not looking at that as important? But why the Masons and Jews and Jesuits thinking with Nick Cannon and Whoopi Goldberg saying is more important than stopping the things y'all allowing to get all this money in the world? And that being movies and magazines, Rolling Stone magazines, movies and stuff like that, that y'all don't be nowhere in sight. And then y'all in charge of these corporations that's platforming these things. And then you'll start to realize there's a bigger game being played, especially in the minds of people playing God. And that's why you don't see them doing a lot of these things, yet taking the credit and reaping the benefits for a lot of these things. And a lot of times it's their way of sacrificing what they're considering demons that you learned that Latin term from to their God, and them being able to be in that position that they are in currently. You know what I'm saying? As far as witchcraft. So mental oppression is basically what you are experiencing online right now before it gets physical. This is how they even created slavery, right? Where they made white people think a certain thing based upon Christianity practices and stuff. Then they made black people think a certain thing. And then that's just what it's like. Berbers and all kind of other people running y'all. So this is how they're trying to conduct their rulership and downsize. And they do it in many different ways that the intelligent peon mind is not willing to go down that train of thought, line of reasoning, nor do they even have the starting point to know how. So when it comes into just being in your self-serving biased energy, you don't know how far that go, all the way to the point that our people been oppressed, so we have to, you a narc. I don't even, at that point, a real spiritual person shouldn't give a fuck how much y'all was weak and you and your ancestors were weak. That's how I look at it. As soon as I hear somebody saying we was oppressed, so what? You know what I'm saying? Even if you want to go back to y'all black people slavery and stuff like that, go punch people in the face. Make them get rid of all y'all. If they can't get rid of all y'all like how they're doing certain Indians and shit, that mean y'all wasn't fighting back. You know what I'm saying? That mean y'all started to become docile and got back with the program. Stop complaining that you wasn't getting paid as enough to build the pyramid and these buildings in New York City and Amsterdam now. So y'all always was a team. That's how Indians look at it. Like y'all always, what y'all complaining about ain't shit. Y'all, that's always was a team. Y'all was a team. Y'all was just on the side of not getting paid more, or some shit like that. And it wasn't from the white people either. It's just like little Germans and Berbers and shit. Because you might call an Italian white, but an Italian don't consider themselves. Just like a black person may call a Jamaican black. A Jamaican ain't gonna consider themselves black. So when you get into Italian business, you talk about mafia, spaghetti, and stuff like that. You just some low class person from the hood or suburbs and you don't know anything. Like, you just out here based off your biases and shit. So anybody who look like something to you is that whole thing, whatever you're programmed with. And the moment a wise person or people who run the world or spiritual people like me hear what come out your mouth, we automatically know what you think and feel, even on your own time, and how unuseful you are. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think about it like that. If you got the peon mind right now, you have to accept that's a peon way of thinking. I don't care what you're talking about, because you a mutt and you don't practice incest. So whatever you're talking about that you need team for, those for the wrong starting point, and none of that actually makes sense. And the colonies already did that first, better than you, and that's why they're in rulership. And you can't do a mimicking version of their shit and get in better position than them. You got to do the character that they did, make something, then produce off that. Not try to do the same thing that they're doing, the thing that they built from their character. For an example, we built a discipline and we create an order from it. That could be a book, that could be a manuscript, that could be a science, that could be a knowledge. Y'all take one of these things and try to copy them. Oh, we the real Israelites, we the real this. Y'all supposed to copy the character if you're going to take any quality and look at the quality for good or bad. The only good quality out of that is the character. The character they in is, oh, let's sit around and make a religion. Let's sit around and make a math. You ain't in that character. You in a character like, oh, this is the right version of their math. This is the right version of their science. No, it ain't Adam. It's Makkah Muhammad. It ain't Muhammad. It's Melchizedek. Nobody gives a fuck about that shit. Why ain't you in the character of making what they made? Like something you're on your own. So I'm saying, not a copy version. This how they get you. This is mental oppression. This is how the Jews can play out higher racism than y'all and don't call it racism. And then anytime you're not even allowed to think about it like that because you're just trying to get a job. But when you do it, they do the highest racism and they call it setimism, anti-Semitism. So in your mind, you're not looking at that like it's racism and somebody just reminding you up under their shit. Never speak on their race, and we can speak on your race anytime we feel like it. Get online and type in Django. I bet you still could watch it. Get online and type in Pocahontas. I bet you still could watch it. Get online and watch something about Mexicans fixing cars. I bet you still can watch it. Get online and see a gas chamber box or something like that. See it don't exist no more. Got every director that tried to do it, career ended and everything. Thank you so much for the donation. Net Syrichism, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Now tell me I'm motherfucking lying. Tell me if that's a motherfucking lie. Only story you're gonna hear about a gas box is gonna be from a Jew. Any story we hear from Pocahontas or goddammit, some slavery or something like that, why is that from a Jew too though? Now do y'all get it? So you better not make no movie about no gas chamber and stuff, and you better make sure the movie you making about your own race is about you, and you making joke of it. You laughing about how y'all got slapped upside the head and nuts dropped on y'all and got down and laid down. You know what I'm saying? You better keep making movies like that and make sure you hire Quentin Tarantino, Mason ass, to put some theatrics to it. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. But guess what? You can't get online and see none of them caring to make no gas box chamber movie. Care none of about them. You ain't gonna never see no movie about no war and George Washington and them losing. You ain't gonna never see no 300 movie about them losing either. So on the Mason side, thank you so much for the donation, Nancy Lambert. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. On the Mason side, you ain't gonna never see no movie about these cats losing. And you got programmed to think, oh yeah, we won at the end. Oh, in the classroom, history class. Yeah, I got to get an A. Yeah, because George Washington did right, or I wouldn't be here today. And like I said, you got programmed to think that. Then on the Jewish side of things, you ain't gonna never see no movie about a gas chamber, and every movie you do see that they made probably got something to do with a demon or something, a demon right next to them. And it's a psyop based on the demon is an allegory of the people who in the audience watching at the movies at the moment. Y'all. Ghostbusters is an allegory of y'all. The ghost floating around New York City is the mind that everybody in New York City running around with. And it's the government trying to stop the Ghostbusters, aka because they're trying to keep that going. AKA it's the government looking at y'all like sheep and making movies about y'all in a cartoon fashion. I don't know why y'all don't get that. I do not know why y'all don't get that. You know what I'm saying? So if you watch The Matrix, you know it's about you popping too much DMT and mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got shit to do with nothing but you. Always understand that shit. See what I'm saying? So when it comes into the mental oppression, you have to be in that first before you even in a situation, whether you got a strike, voting, big bill, y'all walking in the streets with the big things, which y'all the look signs y'all be having and stuff. We want peace, we want peace. And all y'all get hit upside the head with a bullet and shit. All kind of shit. You have to already be in some mental bias, lived out that condition, and got led to that rapture. And that's what the rapture actually means, because it ain't in the Bible. You have to be led to something based upon your desire, whether you was indoctrinated it from it helping your insecurity or vulnerability, that whether that external thing was positive in your mind or negative. Whatever it takes that they can see is something that motivates you. And if it's a low-hanging fruit, something they been got out of, that's why Masons don't argue over religion or politics. They're not in it. They're creating it. So if you're not in a bias, in a low-hanging fruit energy, you don't have all the stimuli of the caring energy of, oh, if I don't have this piece of my bias, the world gonna be like this, and I can't see this, and I can't, and every, you know what I'm saying? Those all are low-hanging fruit thought forms. Y'all need to know that. And a lot of y'all are talking like that, like it's a form of intelligence, because you're still trying to boost your religion or something like that. You're still trying to boost your bias, or you've been talking about something for so long. Us going in this new shift is showing you all the correspondences, how it may be wrong. But the longer you've been talking about something, it's like you made a bed. You either just justify, lie, or go ahead and lay in that bed. But this new shift is going to show you whatever you are into. If you wasn't open and free and unbiased, whatever that bias is an old and outdated shift. And we're in a new shift right now. You're either going to be taken up for something old and outdated. You're either going to have to get out your ego degradation, let that go, and just realize you was wrong, or make your bed and lay in it. Just look like some old and outdated energy, still trying to teach it or express it in some new shift right now where it don't even make sense. It's not even relatable. It got nothing to do with the physical world of helping or the mental world of helping. And it ain't even reality. It's based off some other person's mind, subjectivity. So you can only create the religious concept, a debate, a dichotomy around it, where both parties is wrong. One person on one side is just as wrong as the other side. The whole shit is a fairy tale. So that's like religion. That's like you see a religion debate. Islam versus Christian. That's not a debate. They need to be talking to someone that's trying to debunk the whole thing. Do Islam even make sense? So they don't need to be talking to someone else in a fairy tale. So it's a false dichotomy, because both of y'all about to argue over some light form that come through in y'all mind. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter who right or wrong. Both of y'all are la la land. That's the type of shift we're going through right now. You couldn't been living no life of a bias and think that bias has something to do in a new shift where new biases is being developed. So the new shift always start off as equilibrium, as you having to decide what's going on from your subjective point of view right now. And that's not, once you look at and try to pull out a bias, it doesn't work. A lot of racism biases doesn't even work nowadays, where you could pull the race card, and for the most part, someone would actually care about it the way they used to, probably like 30 to 40, 50 years ago. You see what I'm saying? So when we come to race baiting and gender war, okay, since you know the government is crafting this, every time you get online and seeing someone emotionally aroused, it doesn't matter what they're polarized on, that's a bias, and it doesn't matter how much they're trying to make sense out of it. They have bitten the rotten fruit, and they're trying to justify something wrong like it's right, because it's wrong because they only cater to a bias, some racism, they're racist, and it's a learned behavior. And if you've been on the opposite negative end of racism, you're still part of the same feathers that flock together, but you're going to justify yourself being on the right end. So here's where that self-entitlement energy come from. So you'll have people even talking about Kamala and some racism energy. And now, since she Indian and not black, this is for black people to get online and make it seem like it's only black people online, and black people make up all the numbers online, and then speak to all races as if everybody's supposed to accept the black agenda, and then everybody's supposed to get along with all presidents saying they're only going to do things for black people. And that's the highest narcissism in life. And then if you ask a person, why would you even think that makes sense? The first thing they're going to do is some physical oppression energy. Oh, well, we've been in bondage and we've been in slavery and we deserve that. Okay, that's y'all come together as a community then, and then just argue for that shit. But for the most part, making it seem like everybody in all races in the world have to look at people a certain way because y'all the only people are lost in that religious shit and that Jesus Christ and that race baiting shit and slave mind is asinine. Y'all like narcs. Y'all like white people. Y'all just like white people, but y'all can't do what white people do. So all y'all self-entitlement come from white people shit other people don't even care about. Anytime you ask a black person what is their oppression about, it's about to be a whole bunch of what white people didn't allow them to do. Like, nobody give a fuck about that shit. Other races don't care about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all make it seem like it got something to do with everything or something like that. Well, if that's the case, type in Catawbas or whatever the case may be. Bitch, they got rid of my whole motherfucking phenotype. There's only probably about 300 people per city that's Catawba Indian, and then half of us is mixed with a lot of y'all mutt shit. So at some point, if anybody could complain, it's people that they actually got rid of. People that they actually created genocide over. Not motherfuckers complaining because they fucking job ain't getting paid for enough. Y'all not even really experiencing shit. Y'all ain't experiencing getting eradicated. You know what I'm saying? Get destroyed. You motherfuckers complaining about punk ass jobs. And then it's not y'all so self-entitled. Any building can have property on it. Y'all out here arguing for the government. Hey, don't let immigrants in. These motherfuckers in the same position as y'all. Don't let immigrants in. They're taking our jobs. You don't even got these jobs. Hey, they're taking our buildings and shit like that. You don't even own your own house. What the fuck is you even talking about? It's like, y'all are dumb. I don't even get it. And y'all be playing the highest form of nepotism and shit that leads nowhere. That's why y'all never could come together and shit. Is y'all all narcs. Act like white people, but you can't do it. So it's just weird. So y'all just become Moors, Pan-Africans, all watered down white people shit. The Divine Nines and fraternity sorority shits and sellouts and bigots and fucking that's all y'all know how to be, and gang members and fucking King Dave and all y'all know how to do is white people shit. Y'all not shit and then claim it. Y'all got the invader mind. The white people did that harder than y'all. Geographical locations and did that with Indians and got rid of them so we can't even talk for ourselves. Y'all just get along with the program and copy they shit. Y'all got spooky minds, pantheons. Oh, it's the gods in the sky. Then y'all play out masonries. We the gods, God body. Then y'all play, it's all white people shit. Y'all, and then y'all take their shit, y'all copy it, and claim that they stole y'all shit, where they did that shit as a witchcraft harder than y'all, to harder people actually fighting with arrows and shit. You got to get rid of a whole fucking geographical location with witchcraft and arrows and shit like that. And got to remember 6 grandmothers ago. Y'all niggas weak. Y'all ain't shit but police officers. Y'all ain't shit but motherfucking college teachers and shit. Y'all ain't shit but coons. Big old Islam tuxedos and bucket hats on and shit like that. And fucking bow ties and tuxedo ties and polyester socks and rubber shoes. You niggas scared to even make up your own knitting clothes and step in any government and make them pay for that concept. So your name is remembered in the world just for bringing the collar to the shirt. Nigga, that's why you gonna see an Indian on every fucking picture. And then y'all find shit and find somebody hanging on a tree on every picture. Cause y'all weak. Thank you so much for the donation, Hughes the Wizard. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. That's weak nigga shit. Ain't nobody about to make me believe that's some strong nigga shit. 1,000 niggas on a goddamn boat from 5 little scrawny white men with a sword on an N&A rifle. Ain't no motherfucker way you get ready to make me believe. So even y'all talking for that shit, y'all talk for weakness. Only thing you could do is want to punch me in the face. That's it, because you're fucking weak. I got a piss. Fucking weak. It's weak. It's the invader mind. They even got Aboriginals still in Indian shit. Aboriginals are black people running around claiming the government called black people Indians first. But you're black. And black, you're not black with the crayon box. You actually like Haitian or something, or mixed with that West Indian. West Indian is not even really, it's West Indies, not Indian in your blood. West Indies, aka that Western Hemisphere, and people coming from Nigeria and all this different shit. Okay, that's a different context. Any country or geographical location you go, gonna be all racist, because everybody mutts. So at some point when we stopped practicing incest, everybody started fucking everybody, so everybody got a little bit of something. But the stuff that you're more of and things that you lack make up what's more going to be your skin, your nails, your hair, or your phenotype, or things of that nature. And it's multiple phenotypes, not y'all using, because all y'all just take white man shit. So y'all only think it's 3 phenotypes. With the white man learned first, you're going to pick from one of those and then claim other phenotypes come from one of these 3 phenotypes. So you're going to claim, oh, Indians come from Asia, Asians is the Caucasus Mountain phenotype. Then all y'all are black people because you got this, the Negro phenotype. Y'all all lost in white man science. You don't even know phenotype is just a different skull structure. And bitch, just the simple fact you can see animals have a different skull than humans, and there's many different animals. Seagulls, lions, and they all got different skulls, but they animals. What make you think it stopped at 3 and you got to pick from them and then start from mixture? You just white maned out. Y'all don't even know what the fuck to start from. That's why I call Aboriginals $5 Africans, black people who don't want to be black and find names that government is calling people from making mutts out of, because ain't nobody practicing incest. Not we was originally named this, and if we remember this and come together, they give us liberation. That's a made up fucking mission. You just a fucking nigga, okay? You a $5 nigga, a $5 African. And when you get to Pan-Africans, right? They're $5 Arabs. Ask them to pray right now. And half of these Pan-Africans light-skinned as hell. They got Arab in them. Arab and white man in them. So these are the first people talking about God body. You are a mutt. You are a white man. You ain't black. You are white and an Arab man. And you're just dark. But you're born on American soil. So that's why your hair nappy. You are Arab and a white man. That you think just like them. You don't know how to think nothing else. So if you separate from Christianity, you're just going to find the first slaves they made concept. Some type of Judaism, Islam, or something like that. You don't know what else to think because you a mutt. Their DNA is in you. That's how your brain think. Not you, hey, we was original people from Egypt. Yeah, the original time colonies started fucking your grandmother. You are them, not you being separate and they did something to you. Your skin, you born, your social security card, the hospital you came out of, the colony that came over here and fucked grandmothers that nobody is practicing incest for you to be who you are. You are a white man. Nigga, I don't give you a white Arab. All y'all black niggas are white Arabs, just dark white Arabs. That's why your hair is coiled. You don't know how to think another way. It's your mind and your DNA. Go do your DNA test right now. You are a white man and an Arab. You have no other way to think. You just on the slave side. So you up under the Jews. The Jews was the slave Berbers first, and they started making mutts and called it Arab. So they got that, they're the strongest heavy loss in the religion concept of it. So since it ain't on the Western Hemisphere, they could dispose those people based upon religious practices. Over here, they dispose people based upon the waistline practices. Y'all low-hanging fruit, eat, fucking, and sleeping. So they get rid of y'all mentally on the Eastern continents, get rid of y'all physically with the mental psyop over here in the Western Hemisphere. Y'all just got peon minds. Y'all, the peon don't like what I'm saying because it's a peon. You just want to be in the military or something, or you want to go to the government. You want to be just like them in some type of way, and you don't like what I'm saying because you the peon mind. Okay. But if I could get online and I don't got the peon mind, and everybody talking about race and gender war, I'm looking at it from the boss perspective of who in the shoes who run the world, and looking at how did they do that. I'm not looking at it from the peon mind. Hey, y'all, our people oppressed. Nigga, that's how they had to get rid of Indians. Because, nigga, you either got to make a deal or get rid of it. Nigga, that's it. Nigga. Ain't no discussion. You give me a bag or you kill me. And I will come back in spirit, in the physical. That's it. You don't need to hear me say nothing else. I'ma die with a smile. Nigga, y'all get down or lay down and start thinking like them. Oh, Galileo said this. Science mathematical made this boat. Hey, y'all, we ain't get paid when we built the pyramids and the buildings. Oh, the white devils ain't paying us, y'all. Liberation, feed me, feed me. Oh, nigga, y'all ain't trying to fight. Y'all niggas ain't trying to snap no necks. Y'all niggas ain't trying to shoot no arrows. So y'all ain't shit, period. I don't give a fuck about what you talk about your ancestor. Your ancestor was weak, allowed it to happen. Nigga, I never allow my kids or grandkids to do nothing unless you killing all of us, nigga. And just get rid of the story about what you did, because you know what you did. So just get rid of the story. Who the fuck was you invading? Britain is, y'all still in business with them today, discussing gas prices. So it seemed like you and Britain was fighting over who y'all both got rid of. Indians, nigga, Indians here, bitch. The natives, bitch. That's who got invaded. You got taught to get an A in history class. Oh, I'm getting an A because George Washington got rid of the Briticana. Nigga, these niggas still in business. George Washington just might have told them, hey, we gonna control this Indian land and the indigenous here and shit. You get down, you just run a little gas price. That might have been that. Or last time I checked, it would be no such thing as lawyers. It would be no such thing as y'all choosing what vote and what side. If you in one person government, what we voting for? You in that country and you in that government. What is we voting by? They all those same people. If they doing right, they doing right. Man, that voting shit is coming from niggas who in teams together. Hey, I got this land. I got that land. Oh, that land, I'm going to make that blue. I'm going to make that land red state. I'm going to make that red blue. You know what I'm saying? That's that shit that you got an A for. Bitch. Give a fuck about that shit. Y'all like to argue for that stupid ass shit. That's why y'all, every time you get online and see people arguing over race or gender war, it ain't got nothing to do with their bias. They might just say, oh, because Trump did this. Trump, man, they got everything to do with the government created a psyop for y'all to see how much y'all still are slave-minded. See how much y'all are still racist. See how much y'all are still hating the other gender. So it's a perfect psyop. You know what I'm saying? Put Kamala there. Then confuse the... Look, they supposed to be intelligent people. They gave y'all the term psychology. So you don't think they doing it 20 times plus? So if they give y'all images you don't care to see for, and it's only on the news channel, it ain't about how many people got out of jail and got jobs and shit, you need to question that. You don't think people writing these scripts know the reactionary responses people will have when it comes to even race baiting and stuff like that could cause looting? We got mad history showing shit on the news channel causing y'all peon minds to go loot or to be in emotional distress about something. So if they really was morally and adults and running the world with good common sense, why would they even create any scenario of voting in general? But if it is going to be voting, why would they put anything in there that could take emotional offense that lead into mental oppression? AKA, why would they even make anything pertaining to race if we're trying to create a society that ain't got nothing to do with racism? So just that alone, you just accept some energy and you're playing it out for them and shit like that. So everybody online, no matter what side of the totem pole they're on, if this emotional arousement coming out of their solar plexus and their throat chakra got something to do with their sentiment towards race and they're picking one side or the other, okay, they're lost in a psyop. They're a robot. And the government is able to look at all these people to be like, okay, this person is, and then pick and choose who will be picked for operant conditionings, positive and negative. That really leads to the government getting the bread loaf and you just getting crumbs if you the coon and you trying to figure out what's going on if you ain't the coon. But you ain't in the position of getting the loaf. So you might not know where you might be getting something played on you, as an example, in either way. So at some point, when y'all not spiritually there, it's because you just got the peon mind. That's all peon mind shit. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You better learn how to create this motherfucking shit and things of that nature. That's why y'all know y'all ain't did nothing hard if y'all still here able to complain. If it's a whole phenotype they had to get rid of and you don't even know the actual history of it, that's when you know them motherfuckers was hard. The government ain't doing nothing but keeping up their history and shit. Y'all ain't doing nothing but plagiarizing. That the Jews did harder than y'all, so y'all version of doing it is the Jews, and the Masons did it harder than all y'all. Created that concept in general, pantheon and all this motherfucking shit. Y'all grandmothers ain't creating no damn pantheon or no god. Is y'all out y'all fucking rabbit ass minds? I don't give a fuck who you is. You not. I got the indigenous real grandmother mind, and I don't have to be your grandmother to know. Ain't none of your funky ass grandmothers would sit around and come up with something and call it Adam, or come up with something and call it Muhammad. I don't give a fuck what it is. That will be the last thing they name it. So if you don't even know the practice of why something called Adam and why something is called Muhammad, when you go down that actual practice and put the spell together, how they did it in its natural state, you will realize your grandmother ain't had shit to do with that, and you'll be able to see those similar practices done today for your ass to even go to school and be indoctrinated with A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and why your grandmother in today's time wasn't doing nothing but shaking her ass in the Christian church. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Make the fuck you think it was different back then. You like retarded. And then that 2,000 years ago shit is fake. Some 300 year ago psyop niggas creating over here made that up. From them doing that first over there. That might have not been 2,000 years ago. It might have not even been to that extreme extent. I'm saying real shit. Y'all just lost in the German mind. Y'all got German blood floating through y'all. So anytime I see somebody up here talk about our people this, our people that, you got the German invader mind. So you unuseful anyway. You unuseful to your own people and you unuseful to yourself, no matter the race. And here's the thing. The stuff y'all start to justify as useful, trust me, that ain't useful either or would have been worked. Y'all punk ass teachings and knowledges ain't useful. It's trash. It's white man shit. Y'all just trying to argue for the opposite position of white man shit, and y'all don't even know the starting point. That shit came out of some Masons dude mind. So y'all out here trying to explain y'all spirit and stuff in nature from some shit a Mason dude came up in their mind, and y'all highest intelligent of thinking y'all saving y'all own people is thinking y'all got the opposing thought to it. Fucking retarded. So now it ain't this heaven, it's heaven really this. Y'all fucking retarded, like for real. Like y'all dumb as hell. Y'all are finished. Because y'all got that blood flowing through y'all. That's how y'all think. But y'all on the low end of it. So y'all don't know how to put yourselves in the better position of it. Because y'all don't know how to come together in no type of UN circumstance. Like I'm y'all only hope. I'm really all y'all own grandmothers and shit like that. But y'all so much in that white man ego, it'll never come to be. Because you'll look at me and be like, who you think he is? He don't know more about astrology than me. He don't. And that's when I have to fight fire with fire and be more of a narc than y'all. I do know more about everything than y'all. Physically, mentally, nature, things to do with the body, the mind. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all show everybody. Y'all had enough time. Y'all the peon minds. I don't even look at humans like that. I don't want humans help like that because I'm looking at that in the eyes of the people who run in the world. Y'all had y'all time. That prayer didn't work for 2,000 years. The military metal weapons, you still have to do some Illuminati shit. That shit don't work. We proved that. Man, whenever a low-caste human looking at me, man, you ain't even on my level. Go somewhere. You's a fucking kid. Any even content creator or whatever, or teaching, whatever the case, they are kids compared to me spiritually. We can tell by what come out their mouth. Everybody online right now is lost in the government psyop of race baiting. Race baiting and gender war. So you're going to see everybody bias what they stand on with their particular gender opinion and ideology and they fucking race that they go cling to which doesn't lead into no situation that's creating a government in any aspect. It's just minorities getting together, trauma bonding. Nobody give a fuck about that trauma bonding shit that the government put y'all peon ass minds in. Y'all are weak. That's the same mentality they put y'all in the party, put y'all funky asses on a boat.